As a man, you only get to know the real woman you got married to when you are not able to help yourself. Why do I say this? It is because working as a doctor for the past few years, I've come to realize that most of the elderly patients I have that come to the hospital, like men in their 80s, in their 70s, when they come to the hospital, most of them are unable to walk. Most of them are unable to do the basic things they used to do for themselves. And their wives, for example, or their partners, most of the times are always in their 60s or maybe 50s, most sometimes. And I personally think that the way some of these women treat these men is not really the best. Like, for example, if the man is not able to walk properly, you will find the wife frowning. You will find the wife trying to push the man or something. Like, she's not just happy being with the man. What does this mean to us young men, to us men maybe in their 20s, in their 30s? It means that you need to start preparing for those days, like those days when you will not be able to help yourself, like you will not be able to do some of the basic things you are able to do for yourself now. So, how do you prepare for those days when you will not be able to help yourself? First of all, you need to make sure that your future is financially secured. Save as much as possible, invest as much as possible, so that when those days come, which of course they are going to come, you can hire someone to take care of you. If your wife does not want to take care of you the way you want to, you can hire someone to take care of you. Because mind you, those days are coming and they are fast approaching, like faster than you can imagine. The other thing is that you need to be fit. Like in your 20s, in your 30s, you have to be physically active. You need to lift weights. You need to be in form, in shape. You need to build up those muscles. Because most of these men when they come, they look really lean, and what you do not use, you lose. So building up muscles now, building up, being physically fit now, will guarantee that when those years come, at least you'll be able to do some of these basic things for yourself without needing someone to help you out. Your memory is going to still be intact because, of course, exercise delays the onset of, Alzheimer's or dementia. So being in your 20s and in your 30s is your golden age. 20s, 30s, and maybe early 40s. You should not misuse this period of your life, because everything you are doing during this period basically is preparing you for the future. So as a young man, you have to make sure that your future is financially secured. You have to make sure that you are physically fit. You have to make sure that these two things are properly handled. So when you will be in your 70s or in your 80s, for example, your wife is going to be in her 50s or in her 60s, and you will not be her priority. Her priority is going to be her children. It's funny. Like I've seen a lot of cases where these women in their 50s or in their 60s, they will leave their husbands who cannot basically take care of themselves to go and meet their children. And the man in his 70s or in his 80s is basically learning to live alone again. He's doing breakfast for himself, he's preparing food for himself. When in reality, the wife is supposed to be there to take care of him because he sacrificed his life taking care of the family. So, as a young man, I think that working on yourself, becoming physically fit, and working on your finances, investing and saving is going to do you a lot of good when you get to your 80s and your 70s and your 80s. Yeah, and this is the best time to start when you are in your 20s, if you are really, really disciplined, or in your 30s and in your 40s. Yeah, because, I've seen a lot of men like in their 70s and their 80s walking around with catheters. They cannot control urination. They cannot. There are many things they cannot control. Because you know because of diseases that come, some of which come with age. So, and your wife is going to grow tired of you. Like, she's not going to be thinking about you all the times like she does now that you are young and strong. So, knowing how the future is going to look like, you, as a wise man, you have to start preparing now. You have to start preparing now. You have to start working on your finances now. You have to start working on yourself now physically. So that when you get to that age and she has lost interest in you, which is but normal, because of course that's how human nature is. You'll be able to hire a maid to take care of you if you have the money. But if you do not have the money to begin with, who's going to come and take care of you? Your children would have grown, probably left to go and start their own lives. So I've seen a lot of men in their 70s and in their 80s who are lonely. They don't have anybody to take care of them. Men who sacrifice themselves, taking care of their families, only to end up not being taken care of when they need the care, when in fact that is the age at which they need the most care and attention. So as a man, while taking care of your family, you have to have at the back of your mind that you equally have to take care of yourself when you get to your 70s and in your 80s. And again, I'm going to emphasize this: having a lot, saving a lot of money, having so many investments, and also working on your body physically, making sure that you are lifting weights, you are lifting weights, you are physically active when you are young, will guarantee that when you get to your old age, some of these diseases that come with age, will take a long time before you start, experiencing the negative adverse effects. We are talking about things like dementia, and Alzheimer's disease. So it's going to come much, much, much more slower compared to when you were just there and not physically active when you were young. So I think the young men should take this seriously. Yeah. Okay. So see you in the next video, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Like, I just started YouTube, and I think so far everything has been good, and it has taught me a lot of discipline. Yeah. So remember to like and subscribe to the channel, and see you in the next video.